I just got into mine.
Okay, so I just, let's see, mine's loading. Okay, I'm on it.
Okay. So first question: an employer-sponsored healthcare insurance in the United States.
Oh, what is that one? It's um, the workers pay for the cost through of the insurance through both assessed premiums and lower wages.
Is that it?
Yeah, so they talked about that in the book, how how employer-based insurance is not.
Yeah, they take it out of the wages and they get lower wages, right? No,
Yeah.
they lower the wages and they have to pay the premium. Okay. Um, all the following are reasons for high Medicare costs except this is the one where we're deciding with unemployment, right?
All the followings are reasons for, yeah. So we decided that we were going to do like the more unemployment because the other ones just didn't make
Yeah.
sense, right?
Yeah. The primary source of funding for Medicare program is this one is payroll taxes collected from the employed population, if I remember correctly. Remember I had this one.
Which one did you choose?
I chose for that one. It was the payroll tax. No, hold on. Payroll taxes collected from the employed population.
Okay. Okay, so you think that one's right?
Yeah, I had that one on my quiz.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Medicaid.
It's a federal program, right? But it's also funded by taxes, right? I know it doesn't cover mostly the elderly. Um,
Now, Medicaid is supposed to be specifically more geared towards the low income.
yeah, that's not that one. I don't think it's the disincentive for work. Um,
Um, well, I mean, just I know it's taxes. I don't remember if Medicaid is funded through like premiums and stuff like that. I don't remember.
right.
I don't believe it is.
Oh, wait. Would Medicaid even be a federal program? Because Medicaid is for each state, like Idaho Medicaid.
Well, I remember correctly. Medicaid is supposed to be um like federally like required, but
Mm-hmm.
it's state mandated. So there's a so that what I understand is that like the government says, hey, you need this, but you can do it however you want.
Oh, wait.
I think.
So if you go on page 391, um,
Okay.
it literally says, let's see, Medicaid eligibility rules create a disincentive to work as hard as possible. Um,
Oh yeah, I see that.
so now I'm kind of second guessing that.
This is what was kind of like, you know, I mean, I
Wait a
don't
second.
think I don't think a federal program is gonna be correct because it doesn't include the fact that it's state like regulated.
Oh, wait. So it says, unlike Medicare, which is run by the U.S. federal government, Medicaid is run jointly by the federal government and state governments. So I don't think, yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it's the federal government one.
Do you have a page on how it's funded? Because I can't remember that exactly.
Page 389.
Okay. It says it provides free or nearly free coverage to those eligible and enroll. It says there's co-payments for prescription drugs. So I know there's co-payments, but I don't know. There's like, what was it?
Deductible.
Well, I learned in my other class, my insurance class, health insurance, that any like premiums or like percentage wise are going to be really low, but I don't necessarily know if that means premiums or just co-payments.
Yeah, the only thing is, I know with me anyways, like I'm on pregnancy Medicaid, and
Yeah.
I don't pay a premium. I thought
Yeah.
that was the whole point of Medicaid, is that
Yeah.
it's kind of, I don't want to say given to you, but really it is. Like, it's given to you.
I mean, do you pay for prescriptions a little bit at all, or do you have any like out-of-pocket cost?
No, I don't. I have zero out-of-pocket cost.
Yeah, then I guess the only thing that really funds Medicaid is taxes then. Because
That's what I
you don't have a deductible, you don't have a premium. In some cases you might have to pay for prescription drugs, but you don't have to. So I think it's can create the incentive for work.
Yeah.
You okay with that one?
Yeah, I mean, it said it right in the book, so.
Okay, we'll go with that one. Oh, if Medicaid researchers cure cancer, this is the one that it's the effects of future healthcare spending are not clear. There's a competing risk for other diseases.
Yeah, because I don't. So what that was talking about was that, so if you cure cancer, the person's going to live longer, and then they're just going to die of something else, and we're going to have to pay for
No,
something.
I understand. Yeah,
So
it makes sense. It's just like I said earlier, I feel some of these other ones kind of make sense too, but that one's right. Compared to expenses, Medicare tax receipts. So I know it's. No, actually, I don't know this one. I got this. I had this one, but I got it wrong.
What did you choose?
I chose "Have Never Been Enough," but I don't think I didn't think it clearly.
Okay.
Wish I should remember where in the book that is. Do you remember reading like about this at all?
No. Let's see.
So when it says tax receipts, does that mean like the money received from taxes?
I think so.
Because if that's the case, I think it might be 2000, the one that's been falling short since 2007.
Hmm.
Because I know there's a lot of talk about how the current like working force isn't enough to maintain the amount of Medicare and stuff like that, like all that kind of stuff, because there's so many people retiring that are going on to Medicare.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, I'm good with that one.
I'm just trying to make sure, like, see if we know anything, see anything anywhere. And it might, I don't know, like, did you have any other thoughts?
Well, I don't think it's been sufficient up to this point because they are talking. In my insurance class, they were talking about how they're trying to not spend as much money on Medicare and that type of thing. So I don't think it's been sufficient up to this point, and I also don't think it's going to be sufficient for the next decade because it just seems like a big issue in the healthcare field that
Yeah.
I just don't think it's sufficient. I don't know how it's not, but
So do you think and falling short since 2007? Because I know has never been enough is not the right answer.
yeah.
So do you want to go with that one then? The have been falling short since 2007.
Yeah, let's just go with it.
Okay. Compressing of mobility refers to. Um, I had this one. This is the one about like disability and illnesses. Hmm.
So I got this one wrong, and it was I'm pretty sure I did anyways. It was the one where let's see, which one did I choose? I think I chose people being healthier than before and disability and illness are delayed until later in life because it really confused me why I got it wrong because I thought
Really? Because I remember this one, like, I looked up the definition and I chose that one, the people being healthier. And I'm pretty sure I got that one right when I was looking over it. Hmm.
oh well, let me look up the definition again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
I'm trying to find a definition for it. Oh, here it is. Okay. It says the phenomenon of disability and illness being delayed or compressed into the end of life.
Okay. Yeah, that I think that's actually the right one then. Maybe I'm just thinking I got it wrong.
Yeah. People being healthier than before and disability and illness are delayed until later in life. Okay. AIDS. To combat declining fertility rates, many countries provide incentives for childbirth.
That's true because they had a definition on that. What is it?
It was like I know, I think I had the one that asked about. Oh no, it was in the.
It's natalism or natalism, whatever.
How do you say it?
So that's true.
Compared to Japan or some European countries, United States. Oh, ooh.
I got this one wrong.
What did you put?
What did I put? I think I put also has a negative population growth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I put because so
Well, does the United States offer any incentives for childbirth? I mean, I know if you can get like coverage by Medicaid, but is that like an incentive for childbirth? Or it maybe has a deeper decline in birth rates? Huh.
because I know that let's see.
Because it says women born in England, like, hold on. The decline in fertility in the past 100 years is stark. So, I mean, it has happened. It says birth rates have fallen so far that many countries across Europe are poised for population decline, while birth rates in the United States are barely above the replacement rates.
So it's not approximately in the replacement fertility rate then.
It says barely above the replacement rates. So I don't think they necessarily offer any like. Let me read.
So I wonder if we do offer any, because when it talks about the incentives on page 419, it doesn't mention anything about the U.S. Like it doesn't mention that we don't.
I think that if they did have incentives in the U.S., it would say it.
Yeah.
So, which one do you think? Like, I'm kind of leaning towards offers no incentives for childbirth. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that because, well, I'm thinking between that one and has a deeper decline in birth rates.
Well, I don't think it's that one because how it said earlier, it says countries across Europe are poised for population decline as opposed to the U.S., that they're barely above the replacement rate.
Oh, okay.
So that's not a decline yet. So I don't think it's that one.
Okay. Well, I guess, should we just go with the incentive one?
I guess we're going for it.
Okay.
We have a discussion question again.
Okay. So 413. Oh, this is where it talks about the curing cancer.
So you know how the definition for competing risk problem,
Mm-hmm.
it says there's an inevitable rise in mortality from other causes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean like excuse me? Um, does that mean like they will just continue to go up like they'll go up eventually, or will they like decrease with like a cure then come back up? Does my question make sense?
Yeah. So basically, you're asking if there's a cure, if people will live longer, so the death rate declines for a little bit, but then goes down when they all die from something else.
Yeah. Or does it mean that, or does it mean like it doesn't matter because there still are so many other things that they can die from that it'll just continue to go up?
Um,
Because like from what I understand, it kind of seems like, oh, there's a cure, they live longer, so for like a little bit it goes down and then it continues to go up because they all die like later.
yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Like is am I think I'm understanding it right? I don't know.
So it says, as long as the death is inevitable, reducing cancer mortality necessarily increases the summed mortality risk of all the other non-cancer causes. So I think it's not necessarily just death in general that they're focusing on. I think maybe it's just death of all other causes compared to death of cancer. So instead of the mortality rate of cancer rising, mortality rate will be 0 for cancer, but then say heart attacks were at a mortality rate of 60%. Once they cure cancer, heart attack rates will go up to like 90%.
Because they're not influenced from the cancer deaths anymore.
Yeah, so I think it's just, I don't know. I guess maybe that means that mortality rates stay the same. It's just that the rates are elsewhere other than with cancer.
Okay, that makes sense. So, like the way you explain that actually makes a lot of sense. So basically, if kind of like to summarize it, is how you said if they cure cancer, the competing risk problem basically me says that deaths from cancer might go away, but there's an increase in deaths, like relatively increase, like in deaths from like heart attacks or like stroke, stuff like that, because you don't have the deaths of the cancer anymore.
Right.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And hopefully I'm right.
I mean, that sounds accurate because, like, after you kind of said that and, like, reading it again, I mean, unless I'm misunderstanding, but I don't think I am.
Oh, here's I guess something I could ask. Well, I guess maybe first we'll just write the question that you just asked and then we'll do the second one. Okay. So right after the definition of competing risks problem, it talks about how the healthcare expenditures could even rise possibly. Did you just want to explain how that could happen? Like how could costs rise after curing a disease like that?
Well, I think it kind of goes back to, I think we talked about like curing in like previous chapters, how if the cure costs less, then there might be an increase in healthcare expenditures. It's because they can charge more.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm not sure if it's exactly right, but I just want to really read over it again.
It might even be like I think that's right.
Something that kind of says here, it kind of says that this might occur if costs of care for heart attacks and other conditions are more expensive than cancer, care for cancer. So it kind of seems like the care of other things, if they're more expensive than what was cured, can increase healthcare expenditures because they cost more.
Oh, okay. So maybe, so what you're saying is that cancer, you know, you have to have chemotherapy, which might be cheaper than what it costs for a heart transplant or something.
Yeah, something like that. Like whatever the treatment and care for heart attack is more expensive. That's the example gives in the book. And because it's more expensive, now that the cancer treatments are gone, just because those other treatments are more expensive, it's going to increase how that's what they're going to be focusing on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Almost done here.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
What?
I was just looking at question 11, which is our homework.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a long problem.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at it yet. I don't want to.
I'm kind of scared after looking at it.
It's question 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh, that's intimidating. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll go ahead and submit now. Let's see. Yeah, we got that incentive question wrong.
Really?
Yeah.